Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 214, Lamar, Pillow Party Massacre.
Well, I mean,
Massacre.
come on, we've been in the game a little long. We know it's massacre. We know it's
Okay.
not massacre. How dare you? Jesus. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those titles that explains the plot
Yeah.
to a certain degree. And yeah, we have once again, not too well, I won't call them stupid, but they do a stupid thing where they go out in the woods by themselves.
Well, that's every horror movie
That's
nowadays.
everywhere. They always go out in the woods by themselves. Their cell phones were working.
Yeah.
There's pillows, there's a party, and people get killed.
Yeah. Well, let's break it down then. Our first category is, what do we think of the story?
I feel like things were taken too far because
Okay.
this started off in high school.
Yeah.
I guess pranks. High school pranks. And these are a group of friends that prank each other. And a group of friends prank, one of their own. But the way she gets pranked, in my opinion, it's almost like, this isn't the time. Because she was about to, have a little sex. And then she got exposed. But her retaliation is killing the guy that was in on the prank that was faking like he was about to have sex with it. And then her core friends, they grow up, they're going into college, and they're like, hey, we need to all get back together in a cabin in the woods. And revenge.
There is a revenge twist to this plot, Lamar. We won't spoil that.
We won't spoil it, but but that's basically the plot. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it was a simple plot. I think my biggest problem with the plot, I guess, was all the kind of meandering and the exposition or whatever.
Yeah. Yes.
It would have been cooler if they would have just, okay, they set it up well with the beginning and the high school hijinks. And then they go to the cabin in the woods. They should have went right to the killer going around, picking people off. But there was just a lot of kind of not too much stuff going on, honestly.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
And of course, this has a legacy to, there's been slumber party massacres and pool party massacre. I don't know if this one held up in story-wise. What do you think?
If you're asking for my rating, I give it a half a point.
I agree. Half point. Yeah. It was just kind of Well, the next category is, what did we think of the characters?
That's about it. Like, the characters are very standard. I wish they were more, because they're kind of like party girls, but I wish they all had maybe a little bit more of a different personality.
Right. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
They're all the same. There was one girl that was a little bit different.
She was just a little bit more reserved and stuff.
Yeah, there was one girl that was a little more reserved. But for the most part, they came across the same.
Yeah.
Even I guess what you would consider the main character, there was nothing special about her. The characters that I thought were going to be interesting were the rangers, forest rangers. I thought maybe they had a little more humor to them.
Yeah, they were going to be more dopey and stuff like that, and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there was an opportunity to get a little campy with them, but they abandoned that too. So I guess a half point for me. They had characters.
I was giving it a 0.
Okay. Our next category, Lamar, is the special effects.
I hear a little disgruntled sound from your voice. We might differ on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me what you thought then.
I thought these were they had some goofy effects, but I think for what they used, it was good. That's what I liked. Nothing like a good neck slashing, and the blood just keeps on just going and going and going.
And
that
you
always
can see
gets
the
me.
rubber. You can see the rubber. Around
you
the
could, but I was like, they backed it up by doing the kung fu freaking spray. That
Yeah.
was awesome. And then
Right,
there's
right.
some other kills too. We
Yeah,
got some good
okay.
knife kills and
All of
stuff.
that is fine with me. Even like you said, the neck slash, and you can still see the rubber prosthetic there.
It's
I'm
okay.
fine with it. I'm fine with the practical effects, but they used some really awful CGI blood splatters. One out of the eyeball, and to me, I hate it because
You
they were
hated
doing
it?
well with the
Okay.
plastic stuff. I mean, with the practical stuff, they were doing well. Just squirt some blood. You don't need that.
I thought I'll say this. It wasn't as bad as we've seen in some other
It
places where it's
no.
like, yeah. But I'll say this because I know the one, of course, we're talking about like somebody gets impaled and their
Mm-hmm.
eye comes out. I thought it was great that they had the eye come out. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, yes, it might be digital, but the eye still
But the
came out.
eye was okay, but the digital blood looked bad. I'm gonna give it a half a point. I was gonna give it a 1 because I like the practical effects. I like the effort. But that little bit of CGI is taking it down. Half point for me.
I'm giving it a 1.
Hmm. Well, our next category is what do we think of the killer?
The killer is kind of reminds me of what's the killer from Scream? Uh,
Scareface?
Scare is that his name for real?
I think so.
Scareface?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's basically that. And so they're running around killing people and stuff. So it's kind of
Hmm.
like it's kind of I had to say mid. It's like,
If anything, they could have. It seems like a mask that you could have gotten anywhere, I suppose. If there would have been something more original or unique for the killer, that's
yeah.
the thing. Like the killer was just a killer. There was until they revealed who it was. But I'm saying
Yes.
there was nothing unique about the way they killed people. You know what I'm saying?
No.
They slashed people's throats and stabbed people, but there wasn't like a kind of like signature way of doing it. It didn't have like a real signature look to it.
Yeah, they had one that I liked.
Hmm.
Well, I guess we can spoil it. Someone gets split in half, and I was like, "That's awesome."
Yeah.
But it was that one, and then like there was some rocks in a pillowcase involved. But then other than that, it's kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
nah.
What are you giving it?
The twist was okay. I kind of saw it coming. I'll
Yeah.
give it a half a point.
Yep. I agree. Half point.
Okay.
Well, our next category is sequel potential. Do we want to see? Because
Hmm.
they made multiple slumber party massacres, I believe.
So would this be then another group of girls in the woods? Okay. Well, I guess we have to rate it first because we can make this, we can make a sequel. But based off this one, it's kind of like, I don't know.
I guess
Kind of
for
like,
I guess the real question is the filmmakers that made this,
uh-huh.
do they have it in them to make a better one? Like, do we want to see them give this a go? Another Pillow Party Massacre Part 2. Do you think that they
Hmm.
can up their game, make it better, have a better killer, maybe
I,
incorporate
I
more
I will
pillow
say this: it was
parties?
shot well.
Yes.
They had some very interesting shots. We didn't talk about that, but they had some really good, like interesting shots.
Hmm.
So that I think if they add that and then up the ante, better killer, maybe I don't know. I guess more girls. There were what 5? I guess technically in here,
Yeah.
more girls in here, more pillow fights. I don't know. Up it up, up it
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I do want to see another one by these people, you know? I feel
Mm-hmm.
like for what they had, assuming they didn't have much money to make this. It seemed,
Mm-hmm.
but for what they had, they did complete a movie that was, relatively enjoyable to watch, but despite some of the things that we said before.
Yeah.
So I think they could make another one and, go full tilt with it, make it more unique. I'd be down.
Okay.
1 point for me.
1 point for me as well. Let's see if they can do it.
Well, Lamar, we've tallied the score then, and this movie gets a 3 out of 5. Pretty solid.
Needs just a little bit more sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit more. Just a little. Okay. We talked about sequel potential. We have the name Pillow Party Massacre. Joe. And yes, you can throw in your time travel as well.
Maybe I don't want
How
to. Maybe
Okay.
time travel doesn't work when it comes to pool parties or pillow
Pillow
parties.
parties. Yeah. So, how do we do the sequel to this movie?
Well, I guess it's gonna. I'm. Let's think about this for a second.
Because we gotta hit all the notes. Gotta have the women. Gotta be a pillow fight, and there has to be a killer. We gotta get them in the woods, in a house, secluded.
Right. What
So,
if the girls are part of a pillow fighting wrestling league? And then so they have to get together and it's like a reality TV show or something like that movie The Condemned.
mm-hmm.
So they're trapped like in a house or an island somewhere and the only weapons they have are pillows. And then there's like the killer is on the loose or whatever. So,
And it's being streamed,
and it's being
and so
live streamed.
everybody's watching it.
Yeah, it's like the Running Man or something, but with pillows.
That could work. I think we got a banger here. And then like, like even like some of the crew is being killed. Like these women, like, okay, maybe they're like OnlyFans women, and it's like it's supposed to be like a funny little thing.
Yeah,
But then it turns into a killer, and then ooh, maybe the secret is like maybe like the killer is like a scorned fan of one of the OnlyFans. And so the people that are watching have to get involved to be like, okay, can we find out who this guy is?
yeah. Or it's like, yeah, that's a good idea. So it's a bunch of OnlyFans girls. They're doing a special live stream. They're
Mm-hmm.
promoting it like we're gonna have a big pillow fight orgy, basically. Yeah. What if the killer is like a guy that manufactures pillows and he doesn't like his pillows used for violence.
And he goes on some tirade like against the world, like,
Yeah.
these pillows were handed down to me to be created from my long line of pillow making family members, and you guys are using them for sex. Ooh, what if it's like a really religious like group that makes pillows,
Yeah.
and then this
Oh,
is
like
when
the
he
one
just
guy, the
what
pillow
guy?
guy on TV that sells the perfect pillow or whatever it is. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, you all here, you want to see these scantily clad women run around with these pillows that were made from the love of Jesus. I won't stand for it. I think we got one.
I like it.
Yes,
All right. Does that wrap this up then?
it does.
Pillow Party Massacre. Peace.
Deuces. Massacre. What's wrong with you?